By watching this video until the very end, you will be able to go on the CAC website and apply for your super visa, and you won't need an immigration lawyer or consultant. Although I still do encourage people to use those because I'm not an immigration lawyer, but I just have applied for a super visa for my parents, and I'm waiting for it to get approved for my parents to come to Canada, so I think this is going to be useful for you as well. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to this YouTube channel. It's your guy Igor here. Today's video is a guide, step-by-step tutorial for anyone and everyone who wants to bring their parents to Canada on a super visa, or for parents who want to come to Canada on a super visa. You might have heard the term and you might even not know what it is. I'll tell you, super visa is basically like a visitor's visa for parents and grandparents to reunite with their family. It's valid for 2 years. Unlike visitor's visa, where you are allowed to stay only 6 months at a stretch, here you are allowed to stay for 2 years. It's really good. It's a multi-entry visa, which means you can come to Canada, you can leave, and you can come back at any time. It's given for 10 years, it's valid for 10 years, or as long as your passport is valid. So if your passport is valid for 10 years and you're applying for the super visa, your super visa will be 10 years, but if your passport is valid for 6 years and you went and you applied for a super visa, it will be valid as well for 6 years. So if you want to have a longer one, make sure your passport is up to date, your international travel document. Who can apply for a super visa? To apply for a super visa, you have to be a parent or a grandparent of someone who is Canadian, meaning Canadian citizen or Canadian permanent resident. First thing you're going to need is an invitation letter from your child or grandchild to come to Canada. Second most important thing is you need a medical insurance that covers your stay, valid for at least 1 year. So basically you literally have to pay for 1 year of medical insurance for your parent or grandparent to be in Canada. That's going to cover them up to $100,000 in coverage, and you have to have a proof that the medical insurance has been paid. Quotes aren't accepted. You know, people used to give quotes and then they used to forget to get those insurance, and government of Canada sometimes would just meet your parents on the border and turn them around saying, hey, where is your medical coverage? So this is the new regulation now. You have to pay a lot of money. You have to apply for a super visa from outside of the Canada. You should be allowed to enter Canada if you're applying for it. You need to take an immigration medical exam because you'll be here for a longer period of time, and meet other certain conditions and terms. You also need to show a financial support, proof of funds from the child or grandchild who is inviting you to Canada, to show that they have enough money to be able to afford their parent or grandparent to stay with them within their household for that prolonged period of time. And government of Canada is going to look at political stability of your country, the ties to your home country, and they're going to look at your family's finances. All they want to know is they just want to make sure that your parents or grandparents are not going to stay in Canada forever, and that eventually after 2 years of staying here with the family, they're going to go back. You might also have to give biometrics depending on which country you are from. For example, my parents from Ukraine, they also, in addition to medical exam, they have to do biometrics, basically fingerprints and whatnot, to get the access to Canada. Okay guys, here's how you apply for a super visa. Just go to the CAC website, Canada Immigration. You can just use what I did, CIC login in Google, click on it, go to the sign in with GCK. You are going to be prompted to this page, and on this page you just have to put your username and password, and I guess you might not even have one. Let's do a sign up. All you have to do is accept these terms and conditions, create a username, and we'll say it. My username is going to be subscribe now. Smash that bell notification to see video each time I upload, and share this video with your friends. And the password is going to be subscribe123. Continue. Bam, what's happened? Oh, you see, I didn't put all the characters correctly. You have to make sure you go through this checklist here. 8 to 16 character does not contain 3 consecutive characters from username, valid characters, lowercase, uppercase digits, password match. Okay, let's do it. Then you are going to have to answer the recovery questions. What's my pet's name? Let's call it Mike. Mike is my pet's first name. Memorable person. Who is my memorable person? Mike as well. No, who is there? No idea. I have no idea. A memorable person hate. My memorable date. Ooh, yeah, 2020, 1st and 20th. That's when I'm recording this video. When video published. Okay. Okay, guys, make sure you click a screenshot of this stuff so that in case you lose your password, you can always recover it, you know, so you don't get stuck. What happened? Mike. A memorable person. Need to. Let's do it this way. Perfect. Perfect. I accept. Just accept everything. Okay, you have to create an account now. So you have to put your name. And by your name, I mean your parent's name. So your parent or grandparent, because they are supposed to be applying. You shouldn't be creating for your name and then applying from them, because it's going to be your account. You have to register it for them. They either have to do it themselves or you can help them out with it, but it has to be their name, those people who are coming to Canada. Email address, chica@gmail.com. Let's do this. Chica. I hope there is no other chicas. Next page is you have to create your own security questions. I really hate this sign up process. It's really annoying how much information you need, but it is what it is and you have to deal with it. Did you subscribe now? Yes. Yep. Okay. This is it. Create your own questions. Did you leave a comment? Yes. Did you subscribe to this channel? Not yet. Best country in the world? Canada. Did you subscribe now? Yep. Now let's click a picture. I hope this works, because I already clicked something and it all turned red. Okay, let's do it. It went through! It went through! It went through! It went through! I'm so happy. There it is. There it is, our account. Subscribe now's account. It would be Igor Ryltsev if it were my dad, and it would be Juan Sombrero if it was one of your guys' dad somewhere in the world. I don't know. It can be Khalid Omar. It can be anything. It would be over here and would say Khalid Omar's account. But this is called Subscribe Now account. So you're on this page. You're searching. My God. Habibi, where is the super visa? I don't know where to apply. It's so confusing. What do I do next? This is how you do it. Apply to come to Canada. This is what you need. You need to start an application. So you go down on this page to start application. Apply to come to Canada. Over here. Click over here. That's where super visa is hiding. Please enter your personal reference code for application. We don't have it. We do not have it right now. We need one though. Let's do it. Visitor visa, study permit, and work permit. This is where you need to click. What would you like to do in Canada? Visit. How long are you planning to stay in Canada? More than 6 months. Make sure you check more than 6 months. Select code matches on your passport. Okay, Ukraine. That's where my parents are from. Oh, Turkmenistan. It can be Turkmenistan. It can be anything, any country. Choose your country where you are from. I'm choosing Ukraine because that's where my parents are from. What is the country of residence of your parents? My parents are in Ukraine, so I select Ukraine. Do you have a family member who is Canadian citizen, permanent resident of 18 years or older? If you're applying for a super visa, probably you do. So you say yes. What is the date? What is your date of birth? Say 1967, January 20th, 1967. Let's say that's your dad's birthday. Have you lived in Canada as a permanent resident or landed immigrant? Have your parents lived there? I don't know. My parents haven't, so I choose no. Are you a lawful permanent resident in the United States? Nope. My parents have nothing to do with the residency in the United States. How are you related to your family member? Okay, this is a very tricky question and everyone gets it wrong, and then they cannot apply for a super visa because they get it wrong. How are you related to your family member? Let's press on the question mark. The relationship is from the applicant's point of view. For example, if your parent lives in Canada, you should choose they are parent or a step parent. Okay, how are you related to your family member? For super visa, you have to choose child, grandchild. If you choose parent or grandparent, it wouldn't let you proceed to a super visa. What's your marital status? My parents are married. Married. What's province of destination? I choose Alberta because this is Alberta where my parents are visiting me. Perfect. We got 3 options. Family class, parent and grandparent sponsor your sponsorship, visitor visa, and parent and grandparent super visa. So we need this one. Continue. We selected it. Continue. You're almost there. We are going to ask you more questions based on your answers. Continue. Which of the documents are you using to prove that your child, grandchild meets the low income cut-off minimum? You basically would have to submit such documents as a notice, most recent copy of notice of assessment, T4, T1, letter of employer, job description. I just select 3 of them that applies to me. You can select all of them if you have all of those documents and click next. You ask me what is the low income cutoff for super visa? There it is. For 1 person, your child, grandchild is $25. 2 persons, $31,000. How you calculate it is, for example, right now it's me and my wife and a kid living in us. So we have 3 people, and I have 2 parents coming over to us. So the low income cutoff for 5 people, you have to calculate people in the household right now, and plus 2 extra persons that are coming to visit you in Canada. So this is going to be the minimum necessary gross income for 5 people to stay in a household. Have you ever committed, been arrested, or been charged? No, have never been committed for any criminal offenses. Have you had medical exam by RCC authorized in the past 12 months? No, my parents have not done. Me and my parents, we haven't done any exams. No. Do you want to submit an application for a family member, meaning your wife? Yep, you want to submit an application if you're married. If you're not married, click no. And then you click next. If you want to submit application for more than 1 family member, please start with your spouse or common law partner if applies. Next. Where is your family member live then? Your spouse that you're applying for? Ukraine. Passport is also Ukrainian. Next. His wife, my mom, has PR, green card in the States? Nope. Married, date of birth 1977, let's say April 1. Where will you're filling out an application for your spouse now. Married, as the date of birth of your spouse, and will your family member be staying in Canada? Same province, Alberta. Why is your family member visiting Canada? Visit all other types. Does your parent or does your family member want to apply for a super visa? So if you want to bring your both parents on a super visa, select yes here. Have your family member ever committed offense and convicted for criminal offense? No. Has your family member done a medical exam? No. This is basically biometrics. In the past 10 years, your family member given their fingerprints, photo, biometric application to come to Canada? No. My parents and grandparents would need to do that. These are fees associated with family member application. Will you be paying your family member's fees, or is your family member fee exempt? I say yes, I'm going to pay. If you're an exempt, you can check out here immigration refugee regulations and you can find out if you're exempt. My parents are not, so yes, I'll be paying the fees. Do you want to submit application for another family member? No. Just 2 of them. Are you giving someone access to your application? Basically what it means is that if you have your son or grandson applying for you, or you have an immigration consultant or lawyer doing it for you, you will select yes, I'll be appointing a representative on my behalf, or you can select no. The difference is that if yes, then like my parents, they don't speak English well enough, so they appointed me to represent them. Your parents or yourselves, you might be able to do it by yourself, and you will select no. In my case, I would select yes. Did your representative give a submission letter? No. In my case, it's no. In your case, it might be yes. And what is submission letter? You can get submission letter from your paid representative. You must attach it to your application before you send to Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada. In my case, no, because family members can represent you, but they don't have to get paid. Have you given biometrics in past 10 years? No. Are you going to be paying the application by paying your fees? Yes, you'll be paying your fees. Are you able to make a copy of the documents with the digital copy scanner or camera? Yes. Will you be paying application fees via MasterCard and debit card, blah, 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 China Union? Yep, no problem. Then it throws you to a page where you can review your answers. You can click here, you can change some of them if you click on the pencil over here and just scroll all the way down, hit continue, and just scroll all the way down again, continue. This is the application for Super Visa online on the government website, your document checklist, your documents. So this is the list of stuff that you will have to upload for your parents, and in the end you would have to pay $370. These are the documents. Basically, it's simple. First section is from a primary applicant. Basically, if it's your husband or wife who is a primary applicant, whoever it is, if from parent or grandparent, whoever is going to be primary, you can choose if it's going to be your wife or your husband. So for example, in my case, this is the primary applicant, number 1. In my case, it would be my dad. Here is the application. You have to fill it out and upload it. Click on it and see what happened. It did not work. And the trick here is you need an Internet Explorer. Yes, Chrome doesn't work. Copy the link from here, Ctrl X to copy it, go to the Internet Explorer and paste it here, enter. And here is the document. Here is, you would have to fill it out. I want service in English. Visa requested, visitor visa. Then you go down and you fill out all these documents about the primary applicant and just follow this application down to the very end, filling out all the fields, answering all the questions. In the end, you would have to sign it and you would have to validate it. That's basically it for the first application. Once it is done, you click on upload here. You can choose a file, and basically that's it. You upload it, you click upload file, and then you go back to your services here. Oops, and I exited the application process. Now, you got kicked out from application services by mistake. Just go down here. Here it is. It's over here. Continue application. Click over here. If you have accidentally exited, scroll all the way down, click continue, and then you scroll all the way down, click continue one more time. Voila, your application is here, and it should remember all of the documents that you have uploaded already. It will remember actually. Next one is you're going to need to upload your passport, and by passport you must submit a legible copy of your valid travel document you use. Your passport must provide copy of the pages show the birth date and country of origin, any pages with stamps, visa or markings. Next document would be your invitation letter. Invitation letter is basically, here is an example. You are writing, dear sir and madam, in regards to invitation letter for my parents. You are inviting your parents and you are saying that here this letter supports the visa application for my parents, the names of the parents, their date of birth, their phone number, their addresses of residence. You have to put all of this information where you're inviting them, the reason why you're inviting them, for example, to see their kids or grandkids, to visit, to stay in Canada. In this letter, you also have to say that they're going to go back to Ukraine, or if they're from another country, back to their home country. You also have to provide the information about yourself, your name, your age, your basically date of birth, all of this information, including the address and the phone number. All of this has to be on the invitation letter, you have to also specify how much money you are making, and if you want your spouse to support you, if you want your like wife or a husband, you can also get them to sign that invitation letter. So you are together inviting the parents or grandparents to come to visit you guys in Canada. And this is an example of how it should be done. All the requirements for the invitation letter are over here. If you click, it shows all the information. You can also go to this page and you can read information right into the invitation letter. Complete name, date of birth, telephone, your relationship, purpose of the trip, how long persons plan to stay in Canada, basically dates, when they're coming, when they're leaving to Canada, where the person will stay, the address, when persons plan to leave to Canada is basically a date, complete name, date of birth, address, telephone numbers. You must include about yourself also a job title, whether you are Canadian citizen, permanent resident, photocopy of a document providing your status in Canada, such as birth certificate or Canadian citizenship card or your PR card, basically attached to that letter as well. All of this information, you just scan it and upload it over here. T4 and T1 is your tax information. Your family representative form is basically your parents or you. You fill it out and send it to your son or a grandson, your representative. Basically, the people who are applying for it. And basically, if you are applying for it, you're putting your signature and your spouse's signature and your representative, such as your grandkid. Like, for example, myself, my parents filled out this form and I had to sign it as well as their representative in one of the fields there. Then use for representative, marriage certificate that you guys are married. It has to be also most likely translated and notarized if it's not in English. Digital photo, and you can find all the requirements over here. You have to upload your face, your digital photo, then medical insurance coverage. That's your son or grandson. They would purchase it in Canada, and that's a really expensive one. And telling you guys, shop around for your medical insurance because it's pretty expensive. First quote I got was $5,000. I ended up getting medical insurance for two of my parents. I went to $4,000, went to $3,900, and I ended up, after shopping for a few days, I got it for $2,500 for both of my parents together. Notice of assessment, that's easy when you're filing your taxes. Purpose of travel, they say it can be return tickets or itinerary or proof of medical appointment. Family information is primary applicants' family information. So, for example, if you're applying, you put your family information. Proof of a relationship required, such as marriage certificate, birth certificate. In this case, it's a birth certificate because it's for parents or grandparents. And inviter's letter of employment. So, for example, if you are living in Canada, you have to provide your parents or grandparents with the letter of employment that states how much money you are making and everything. Next application is smaller. It's for a second applicant for your spouse. Same as first application. Then family information. Then passport copies and digital photo. That is it. Ladies and gentlemen, your application is done. You go all the way down, and once it's all uploaded, all of these upload file are done, they would be assigned to continue, and you would have to pay $370 of your application fees. I want to remind everyone, guys, I'm not an immigration lawyer, but I just wanted to show you how you can actually go ahead and apply by yourself. It's pretty straightforward, pretty easy process. You can go ahead and apply right here on this website by yourself, no problem. I hope this tutorial is easy. I hope this tutorial is going to be useful for you guys. I finally submitted my application for my parents. Fingers crossed, just waiting for it to get through and everything, to get my parents to come to Canada by this summer. I hope this video is useful for you and is better than you can find on the internet. If you have any questions, shoot them down in the comments below. Share this video with your friends and family members, with your parents and grandparents, your children, so they also know how to get to this page and have the list of the documents. If you have any questions, you can always click on the question mark over here on any of these documents, and it's going to provide you a detailed answer. And if you still don't know how to find it, go to this government website on the top. There is a search bar, and put your question there, whatever you have in mind. CIC website, canada.ca, has all the answers there. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Smash the like button, subscribe to this channel. We'll see you in next video. Bye for now.